Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your #1 source for real estate advice online. And sorry for being absent so long. I am back. I've had the most amazing summer in Europe with my kids, and I've been also closing a lot of deals, so been kind of busy with the radio show and just trying to catch up. You know, if you're gone from home for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, takes a while to catch up, so I'm back. And thank you for having tuned into my YouTube channel again. Welcome. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for always leaving comments and suggestions and remarks, good and bad. I want them all. I read them all. I can't respond to all of them, but I definitely do read them all. And if you want to reach me personally, you can always email me at realestate@juliamspencer.com. And also, you can also go to my radio show, and there's some information there as well on how to get there. Actually, I'll tell you at the end of this video. But this video is actually about accepting payments for tax sale foreclosure redemptions. And this question came specifically from a subscriber who then became like a student of mine, and then we went to an auction together, several actually. Researched some properties in 2 states, and she ended up buying a property and I bought some too, and so we've still been discussing and talking, and she's now well into the redemption process of the property that she bought. And her name is Mary. You probably have seen videos of her on my YouTube channel before, but basically she was asking me a question that she has from the original owner of the property where she bought the tax sale foreclosure. And basically it's like a couple months into the redemption period, a couple more months left actually, and the original owner had approached her and basically asked her, can he make payments to pay back this loan that is owed, or basically this money that she paid at the auction plus the penalty, of course. And we're speaking in the state of Georgia here in Chatham County in Savannah. And whether she should accept that or not was the question to me. So this is a really good question, because you might encounter that. I've never had this happen to me, but here's a couple scenarios I'm going to run past you of why I think that's not such a good idea. First off, the original owner is asking to make payments because they don't have the money to pay you back as the investor the amount that you paid at the auction plus the penalty and whatever other taxes that you paid since then. And that's already a bad sign. So here's what happens if the investor, or Mary in this case, accepts payment. That's just going to reduce her final amount that is still needed to pay off and to redeem this property by the redemption date. But if that money isn't paid all the way up till the end, at the end of that redemption period, when it's due basically, which is 1 year and 1 day in the state of Georgia, then there's nothing that prevents Mary from going to an attorney and foreclose in any case. So I guess what the original owner is trying to do is prolong the redemption period, and the law is as the law is. It's 1 year and 1 day. So if you're going to make payments, you can of course negotiate anything you want with the investor, but it's not in the investor's best interest to accept that kind of agreement, because he or she, first off, can still foreclose, but second off, doesn't get the whole amount at the time that's specified and has to potentially wait a redemption period that's longer than what the law states, which is a bad thing. And I definitely recommended that Mary does not accept payments. What I did tell Mary to tell the original owner, though, is to just go ahead and tell him in this case, to just make payments to himself, put the money aside, and then just when he has all the money together, even if it's on the last day, to pay her the entire amount, so that at that point then she can sign the quitclaim deed, the property back to the original owner, and everything is settled. So you don't want to drag this out any longer than the redemption period of 1 year plus 1 day. You're going to get in all kinds of legal trouble with that, because you're kind of like in this weird situation where as the investor, you're granting more time to the original owner, but you also, since you're accepting payments, it might actually make it difficult for you to foreclose in case the original owner wants to go and actually fight that foreclosure in court. And now we're talking about partial amounts and what the penalty should go on the partial amount or the whole amount. And do we include the taxes that have accumulated since or not? Were they paid? Were they not paid? You're just getting into this really big wishy-washy thing, and you don't want to get there. So I basically told Mary flat out, tell the original owner, no, you're not accepting any payments. If they want to set money aside, though, to pay by the last date, they can do that, of course, on their own, and encourage them to redeem or maybe get a loan someplace else to pay the investor back, Mary in this case, by the end of the redemption period date. So I would recommend don't accept any payments from the original owner to redeem a property that you purchased at a tax sale foreclosure auction. We're specifically talking about auctions or tax sale auctions, properties that have happened at auctions that have a redemption period. Of course, this is a moot point if we're talking about deed auctions where a lot of times there is no redemption period. So I hope you found this informational and this enlightened you a little bit. All I can say now is go to my website, subscribe. I send tips and tricks out like this periodically. I also have published a bunch of ebooks. You can download them immediately if you like. You can always ask me questions. I do get to the questions of the people that purchase my ebooks much quicker because that's kind of like part of the service that I offer to the people that are actual customers. If you're not a customer yet, please send your questions anyways. I will get to your questions as well. Hopefully, if I don't get to them in the right amount of time, just nudge me again. It's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just because I have 3 other lives that I'm running concurrently and having a blast at it. So I might just forget about answering you timely. And of course, I do my radio show. You can always ask questions. I can maybe even address them on the radio show. And of course, if you want to listen to the radio show from anywhere in the world, it's wruu.org. And my show is on at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States on Wednesdays. It's for about an hour. It happens right after the happiness message, so you can listen there live. I'm usually live, and you can send me questions. Sometimes I have a Facebook feed as well where you can see me while I'm doing the show. But also the shows are all recorded, and I do post them at a later point in time on YouTube and even Facebook and some other social media outlets there. So don't hesitate to contact me. Nudge me again if I don't respond to you fast enough. I am really, really glad for all of you guys leaving me questions and comments, suggestions. Always, always appreciate them. Keep doing that. Keep talking amongst each other too, because I read your questions and answers towards each other as well, so I learn like that too. And yeah, don't forget to go to my website, juliamspencer.com, at the bottom of this video, and subscribe, and have a great day investing.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.